Hi folks, welcome back. Tonight I'm sitting here editing the final rough planing on the 4-foot straight edge. I got to thinking, I said, you know, the last two videos didn't do very good because I guess not a lot of people are interested in planing and making a fine instrument like that. So I've got the video shot of the very final rough planing on the third side and to show all the setups in it. But I'm going to put that at the back of the video. And at the beginning of the video, I'm going to show you a few different things like going to get Don's haircut. Anyway, I'm going to also put in the final step after rough planing. I put it in the heat treating oven. I'll show you a little bit about that. For those of you that hadn't been watching the last couple ones, and there's a little update on the 10EE. Some of you know. I couldn't find any suitable material to make rails for my grinding system I want to make to restore the rails on the 10EE. So I made a call over to Clark at Windy Hill Foundry, and that generous man said, how much are these going to weigh? And I told him about 56 pounds, and he said, well, I can't handle that by myself. He said, would you like to come help? Duh! So the next video you'll see from me is going to be taking and making the pattern to take over to Clark's at the end of this month. And with that, we'll be back on the 10EE over there. So stay tuned for that. That's going to be fun. And don't miss Don's haircut. And there's a special offer right at the end of that. So stick around. Hope you enjoy it.
Bye.
It's time you got a haircut.
Don't want to.
You're going in there.
I don't want to.
You're going in there.
I don't want to, Dad.
You're going to go with me.
I don't want a haircut, Dad.
Yes, you do.
Yeah, I do. I really do. When you can't turn around because your head's stuck with your hair in the pillow, it's time to get a haircut.
What is this, 3-year-old hair?
3-year-old hair since COVID started, yeah.
Well,
the only reason it's this long, too.
I can't be seen with you in this condition.
I'm just tired. I don't know how women deal with it, man.
Well,
I really don't.
We're gonna fix it. But this is about the only way I can get this in here with a table. When you buy one of these things, they say just 8 strokes will make it go up 54 inches. I don't think so, Tim. whole thing is I don't want to tear up the bottom of that fire brick. I've got these refractory plates in the bottom, but I need a little bit more. So, left over from my cabinet making days, I have some Formica that I'm going to put on the bottom and use it as a wear strip. That way I won't tear it up. More than one way to skin a cat. Now I just got to get the Formica out from underneath there, which I think I'll have plenty of room. They're great little tables. Y'all see well enough? Okay. Pull the Formica out. You don't want to leave it in there. It's going to get hot. Now this is a piece of Durabar cast iron that I cut down to make a gib for Don's planer. Excuse me, wannabe planer. Don's shaper. Lock the door. There's another door just like this on the other end. And the reason I have this unit is because it's compact and it's computer controlled. I have gone in and programmed my stress relief program that I came up with. And it's no big secret, that's what it is. What I do is I programmed the first segment to 1050 degrees Fahrenheit for 2 hours, mainly because my section is 2 inches thick. The thickest piece in here is 2 inches. So I want that to be completely soaked. Then after the end of 2 hours, which just does automatically, it goes down to 1000 degrees for an hour. Then to 900, 800, 700, and 600 for an hour, just steps it down. And at the end of the 6, it's usually overnight, and I just open it up in the morning. If you do this, be careful. Just because it says it's off, 600 to 5 to 4 to 3 to 200 degrees is still burn your darn fingers off. Ask me how I know. Anyway, I got to remember which program I put this under, but I'm getting ready to start it, and that will be step 1. Can't always get the instructions out because I just don't do it enough. Press the run start button one time. Where's the run start button? There it is, right at the top. 4 dashes appear. Press the enter key. Run. Even Don could do it. I give Don all kinds of problems. It says it's 81 degrees in there right now. And in a little while, we'll come back and see how hot it is. It'll beep when it gets up to temperature. I can hardly hear that alarm. Drives some people crazy, but when you get old, you can't hear stuff. It's at 10,053 degrees, and it has 1 hour and 46 minutes to go. My job is done.
The rest is just get rid of his hair.
Okay.
Can you make him less grumpy?
No,
I don't know about that.
Oh, come on.
no, you can't do that.
If he talks too bad, just stick a cork in his mouth. I could help you if you want me to.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can.
It's pretty easy.
You got an extra clipper? Look at that
I have
coming
lots of
off.
clippers.
Oh boy.
I feel 5 pounds lighter already.
Huh, this gives me an idea.
What kind of ideas to give you?
That's not good.
Howdy, hi there, friends and neighbors. Your old pal El Monte Slim telling you, come on down here to Don's Hair Emporium for some out-of-sight bargains today in hair. But you say, Steve, I already have hair. Why do I need hair? Well, friends, there will come a day in your lifetime that you won't have all the hair that you need. Why, if you've got some of this Don's hair, you could interweave it in what you have, and voila, you look like Tom Jones. Yes, sir, Bob. Now, this is 100% Don's hair that I personally collected. I took the utmost care to not contaminate that hair. Yes, sir, Bob, just for you. But you say, Steve, how can I be sure that this is real Don hair? Well, I wouldn't jive you guys, no way. And besides, you can ask my wife. Let's go. Oh, honey, I was just telling the folks that all the hair we've been selling is 100% pure Don hair. Isn't that right?
Yes, of course it is. It's 100% Dawn hair.
Good. There you have it. This is 100% Don's hair. And folks, for the low, low price of $19.95, well, 3 equal payments of $19.95, plus shipping and handling, you can have not 1, not 2, but 3 locks of real, genuine Don's hair. Suitable for framing. Putting it on your own head, weaving in a little piece here and there. Man, you could have the finest mustache, spray a little Miracle Grow on it, and shoot, you'd have to go to the barber too. Now, I don't want you to worry. We have a limited supply of this stuff, and it's hard to get. But for the first 2,000 customers that call BR549, we'll have this shipped to you free of charge. So come on down to Don's Emporium and take advantage of this great offer. Now back to our movie, the Jackson 5 story, starring the Osmond brothers. Time to do the final surface. We've got the flat done, we've got the edge done, now we're going to do the 45. So I'm going to tear this down real quick and then we'll set up and do that surface. I'm going to put all of these fixtures down here on the ground so they're ready to use for the second time I have to use them during the finish planning. For this part, over the years, I've just used angle blocks. modified these a little bit in that I've threaded the back side of it for hold downs. And when I use little ones, I use the littler. This works pretty well. How's that? Like I said, in this case, this stop block is going to be too short. It does hit the bottom of this, but I'm afraid that it could chip the edge out. So I need to get something higher. Okay. Here's long enough. Now I'm locking down this V block to the table for these two. Let's check it again. It's good. That's good. And I'm going to do the same thing down here. If you notice, I laid the edge in these V blocks, and I'm using the edge to line up the V blocks so that it's touching. One of them's not cattywampus. Okay. Looks good. Looks good. V blocks are secured to the table. We have one more step, and that is to secure the edge to the V-blocks. And what I do is, you know, you modify tools over the years. These are little hold down fingers that go through here, and I can hold this down securely in the V-block with these. So some bigger 236 blocks. Or 1, 2, 3 blocks. Sit on top of that. Then that sits and makes that secure. Now this not only holds the straight edge down, but it clamps the two sit-up blocks behind it down. And right now, I've held it down pretty tight with this. But all the force is on this area, directly on top of this, which is all well supported. Same with down here. Once I get through all this rough stuff, I'll start loosening it up, and then the final, it'll be just held very loosely. But before that, I'm going to put the bevel on this while you're sitting right there watching. Don't be scared. This ridge right here, are you watching? Come on over here. This ridge right here is the top part of a regular straight edge. And then they added this piece in the mold to make the 45. And Richard always says, take this piece back almost to the ribs. So you have the biggest area here. Because as I go down on this, it's going to get narrower down here. And this is where you tear off some of this edge. But if you go do it right, it'll clean up at the end. So don't worry about that. I can tell you right now, this part of this edge is probably a 1/4 inch bow from here to here. So we'll be taking a lot of this out and then a little of this area down here. You see here, here's the grind, and this is that ridge I was telling you about, and I've got it to where it's just starting to cut here to here. This is the high spot. So we're going to take it down a little bit more and see what we can do. Dropped it down 90, and we're going to just go into it easy, but 90 thousandths down. Stop the machine to do an important function. Because I'm planing into a higher area over here, I don't and can't let the tool go too far over. So instead of relying on the gauges and such, I put a stop block on the top rail, and that lets me know when I get near the end, I can feel that block stop it. So I adjust it where this is clearing this little dog right here by about 1/8 of an inch. Then I put the block on. Damn Dawn bird spike leaning counter. This clamps to the back side of this rail. Not ever heard anything like that. Put these back on in case Dawn comes over. There we go. Now, I'm going to back off of that stop and move down to the other dog and make sure it clears that one too. I can feel when I touched that. And I got plenty of clearance down here. You can see, that's what I'm trying to avoid right there. See there, I've got plenty of clearance between this and the dog. And same with down here. You might notice it's a little chewed up. I have no clue how that happened. As you can see, I've taken 90 thousandths off from where I started over here. And now it's contacting the top of that here. Get much wider here. And then it disappears down here. So our job is to make this whole surface flat to within 1/1000th of an inch over 4 feet. $135. Get closer to the end now. Here's where you have to start being careful. As you can see, that ridge still likes 1/8 of an inch here, but it's getting down really close, less than 1/16 here. So my next pass could be taking some of this area out. So from now on, what I have to do is I have to start way over here and go that way, because it could be very likely that this edge is kicked up, because I've been concentrating getting that big hump out of there. But now I've got to start concentrating about the whole surface. So we're going to come all the way over here and start on this edge now. We've already ground it down 158 thousandths of an inch. We're going to take 20 more off and we're going to start out here. See how we're into the metal deep here, and it's not even in this level here. I've only lowered it 20 thousandths and we're still getting into the metal pretty good all the way down. So be careful when you take those off, because you may have to take this off too. You got to be careful out here on this edge. I'm going to put it into automatic now. And it'll step over on its own every time. I don't know what it's set for. I may have to change it. About a 1/4 inch step over. Now with this lever down here, I can cut out some of the unneeded travel. I'm not cutting down there. It's all operated hydraulically. I'm going to take it out of automatic now because I want it getting closer to that higher area there. I want to be careful how far it goes over. When you're messing with uneven surfaces, you need to go across the whole plane to make sure you're not hitting the high and low spot somewhere unexpectedly, thus throwing this thing off this table. Okay, we got something to look at here. You notice when we started we weren't touching here, we were touching a lot here. This thing is bowed up in the middle. This is warped also up. You can see how this surface now is equal all the way across, but there's still a little divot in there. Big divots over here, but now we have now started to cut all the way to this end. Let's see how the difference is in this whole thing. That's a casting for you, and after they heat treated, it moved too. So I got to get this off and we'll reheat treat it. We're down 223 from where we started. And you can see that's the edge. We still got a long way to go. This thing was really bent. 61. Got some fracturing on the edge, but that'll go away the next couple passes. It sometimes happens. We still got a long way to go. Need to refresh my edge. The other end's fine. We haven't ever got down to it yet. We're almost there. Almost got it lined out. Taking little bitty bites out on its edge to keep from fracturing it. And we have a full cut. (301,000ths of an inch since we started. And we're almost there. I'm going to take another 15th and then I'll clean up this edge here. Now at 324 in depth from when we started out here on that hump. Should be the last pass. Just tapped it. A little more. If you're not careful, you can tear a chunk out of these things. Ask me how I know. Now I can take a little bit bigger cut. Now I'm going to put it into automatic. need to refresh my angle. See how it's almost totally disappeared? I don't know if you can hear it, but hear how the sound of that cast iron is? It's totally different once you get inside it. I think the graphite in the cast iron kind of lubes it, kind of peels off like hot butter. So far, I've only found one minor void. It'll be nice. This will be the last step that's going to get under that hard outer casing of the cast iron. Okay, now I've got to take it out automatic. I don't want to risk running into that straight edge. I'm at my stop. It's like we have a full cut. Now let's clean this edge up. We'll take a spring pass on it. What I've done is I've left it in the same position, and I've now started going down in depth. Go down 2 or 3 thousandths at a time until I square that edge off. Everywhere. Well, there you go, folks. This is the end of the rough planing. Got that edge cleaned up. Everything's the same level all the way out. We'll put this in the heat treating oven and stress relieve it.